Hello guys, welcome to the another video for the basics of Android app development using Java. This is the sixth and the last video of our series. This video is on the behalf of IEEE Committee of KJ Somaiya Institute of Engineering and Information Technology. In this video, I'll demonstrate you a mini project. In this video, we'll learn the application of all the things we learned till now. That is the different types of views, different types of layouts, and then I'll show you the implementation of three different views, that is checkbox, spinner and radio button. I'll also demonstrate you how to check for the crash report if your Android application crashes. I'll show you how to create a basic application which will look something like this. This is your phone screen where you will have to enter your name, phone number, select semester from the spinner. From the radio button, you will select your department. From the checkbox, you will select your favorite programming language. And when you press the submit button, all the data will be shown here. Now open your Android Studio and create a project. In this project, I have made this as a linear layout and also add an orientation as vertical. Now we'll need all the views as we saw here. So just go to the design section and add a text view for your name, this for the phone number, then we'll need spinner, that will be a sort of drop down list when you click on it to select our semester. We'll need a text view which will just simply show us to select a department, uh, and for each department we need a radio button, and this radio button we will place it inside a radio group. So take a radio group, then add 4 radio buttons. We are done with this. Go to this code part and make this radio group's height to wrap content. So it will be limited to the height of 4 radio buttons, as you can see here. Now below this radio group we'll add a checkbox. Before that we'll need another text view which will show us to select your favorite programming language. And then after this we'll add 3 checkbox for 3 programming languages. And here is the third one. After that we need a button to submit and a text view where we'll display all our data. In this section what we'll do is we'll give a margin from left, right, top and bottom to the whole layout. So in this linear layout only we'll add it, or else you can individually add it in all this part, but we'll generalize it. So margin, in this you can, for bottom you can write margin bottom, margin top, right and left. So I'll just use margin which will cover all the 4 sides. I'll keep it as 10 dp. 15 dp looks better. And after this below every views I'll add a bottom margin. So margin bottom 10 dp, or whatever you feel like it's good. I have added the margin bottom for each of these views. Now we'll just see their ID. Keep the ID in such a way that after seeing the ID you will get to know that what this particular view is about. I have kept here ET name, then ET phone number, then comes the spinner. So SP semester, because it is for a semester. Text view we don't need an ID because we won't use it. This radio group give the ID as radio group. Then for the radio button, give it as RB1. It would be simpler. Even we don't need this ID for this text view. For the checkbox CB1, this button will be BTN submit. This will be TV data. This text view will display all our data that we select from this section. To the Java part, here I'll define everything. So edit text. Now I have declared everything. Now let's bind it. We have binded here everything. We'll run our application. This is how our application will look like. Now we need to make some changes. Here we'll add the data for the spinner. We'll change all this stuff and also this one. Now we'll go to this XML file, do certain changes. Here I'll add a hint, name. Here also hint, phone number. In this spinner we'll add entries. We need to define these entries, so we'll go to the rest part, in that values, in this string. Below this write string array, and the name will be semester. Inside this write item, and between this tag write the data. That is semester 1. Now just I'll write it till 8. Here also I'll write one, that is select semester. Now we'll go to this spinner part. In this entry write array and you'll get this array semester. Now you can see this select semester appears on the screen. Means this array is successfully loaded in our spinner. Now we'll go to this and change the name. So we'll keep it as computer science. Write it EXTC and ETRX. In this text you will write select a programming language. And here for the checkbox we will write C++, Java and Python. About this radio buttons also, in this text we will write select your department. In this button we will write submit, and here in the text you will write my data. We want to display our data in this text view, so we'll implement setClickListener on this button. We'll also fetch the data from this name, phone number and spinner. From the spinner we'll get the data like this using get selected item. To fetch the data from this radio group, we'll use the following method. What we did here is, from the radio group, we got the ID of the checked button, which is an integer. Then in this view, we passed that ID. If 1, 2, 3 or 4, any one of them is checked, then we'll get the ID of this. Then int index. What this does is, it gets the index of child. And then in this step, from the index, it will find the child at that position. And from that position, this radio button will get the text in string format as we did in this above cases. Now to fetch the data from the checkbox, we'll create an array for the checkbox and using for loop we'll fetch the data. To store the data we need a string and we'll initialize it. And we'll concat the data and if there is one or more data then this concat will make a space between them. You might be wondering why the for is highlighted with a yellow color. It shows that the for loop is replaced with an enhanced for loop. So if I press an alt enter, it gets converted into an enhanced for loop. But you might not be aware of this, so just keep it a simple for loop. Now take a string data where we'll format our data. This data will display in the edit text. And then in this text view we'll set this data. Now we'll run our application. Now the app is installed. Remember, since we didn't apply any condition, so if any of the data is empty or null, then the app will crash. It will show you a message like, and when the app will crash, from this Android Studio, go to the Logcat. From here, select error. The code from your project which is crashing is highlighted with this blue color. So just click here and it will show you at where it got crashed. So now we'll try with an actual data. The phone number section also will accept any number of digits because we haven't applied any condition for it to be a phone number. And now if I click on the submit button, you can see how we got this data here. If I click on Python also and then click the submit, then you can see the data got appended. If I change my department to electronics and telecommunication and then I click the submit button, my department will get changed. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you loved this video and the other previous videos too. So stay tuned for further amazing content. The drive link for this PPT as well as our contact number will be provided in the description.